Hey guys, how you doing? It is morning here, and you know what that means? That means we have to look at the breakfast. As with most of the hotels here, and most other places actually, breakfast is included. But let's have a look at what they've got. I actually brought my little friend here today. This is his first day joining me on any of the reviews. I don't know how much he eats, but it's buffet style, right? So that shouldn't be an issue. But let's go have a look at what they got. Okay. Let's see. Ooh. So they have an assortment of pickled condiments, beans, olives, tomatoes, yogurt. They have a selection of cured meats. This one is galua. It's like like most of the things out. It's like a pork product in Vietnam. Your fresh fruits, your obligatory fruits. You get salad. You actually get a different type of yogurt, unless the other one isn't. I guess I'm gonna have to try both because this one looks like it's the yogurt, but not sure about the other one. You get your steamed vegetables. You actually get chicken curry here. Stir-fried noodles, stir-fried rice, and this was completely unexpected, pumpkin soup. I was not expecting that in Vietnam or anything for breakfast, really. But you have your extra sauces. Oh, what is that? It's like a sugar dumpling or something. There's a lot of texture to it. You have your sausage. Is that a rice? Yeah, that is a fried rice noodle roll. But you have your some of your noodles up here. And apparently you can order just a normal continental breakfast, which is fantastic for those of you who, can't do anything else. But, a giant bowl of bacon, that's, you can't go wrong with that, really. And you get your fresh breads and a bit of dessert, which is, I think that green thing is I'm not going to call it a tea cake, but essentially I think it's like a gelatinized tea flavored cake, I believe. Usually they're green. But you get your standard cereals, your coffee, your jams, your bread. Oh, you get your condensed milk and fresh milk too. So instead of cream and sugar, pretty much the condensed milk is both cream and sugar. But the selection looks really nice, actually. But let me get a plate and show you guys what they got, what everything tastes like. So guys, I tried to get a bit of an assortment of everything for you. Mostly the weirder stuff or the stuff you may not know or care about. At first, I actually thought these were squid, but I wasn't looking very close, but apparently they're sausage, cut to look like squid. But let's see how the sausages are compared to American sausage. So it has a pretty similar flavor to American sausage. This is a lot less salty, which is actually pretty good. What is this? It's actually a plastic wrapped cheese. I was not expecting that at all, actually, but the fact that it's white instead of yellow. I'm used to like the fake American cheese wraps. But you know what? I'm doing this with one hand, so I'm just gonna take a bite from the bag. So that's kind of a mild white cheese. I can't honestly tell you what it is, but it's not bad. It's not like American cheese. It's much milder. Let's see what the glutinous, gelatinous meat products are. Actually, yeah, that's pretty much exactly how it is, gelatinous. They use a lot of gelatin and fat to make these, so that's pretty much the overarching flavor. A hint of saltiness, meaty saltiness to it. Not as much as what you would normally be used to, though. So again, the flavors here are usually a lot more mild. They use a lot less salt, but yeah, it's actually quite good. So let's try this other sausage actually, because let's start with the normal stuff first. The things you are probably used to. This one is hard to put my finger on actually. It's very mild, and you guys know the texture from like the inside of a chicken nugget, the springy, not quite meaty texture. That's kind of what this feels like. It's like a chicken nugget, but without the crispy fried skin over it. Yeah, you'd feel right at home eating this. They did have ketchup though, just saying. You can just dip this in ketchup and pretend it's chicken nuggets. It's not bad. I'm not here to review bacon, because we all know what bacon tastes like. But I'm just here to eat bacon. That's just it. That's as far as it goes. But this is a rice noodle roll. It's crunchy, so it's been fried. Let's see what's inside. It's greasy. It's salty. It has a hint of sweetness, actually. And instead of using rice paper, they use rice noodles. It's much crunchier. Not only that, but you don't really need a sauce with this. I actually really like it without a sauce. But I was told this is not yogurt. But since my Vietnamese is not very good, I don't know what it is. It's like a mayonnaise sauce. It's definitely strong-headed mayonnaise. Probably with a hint of some other flavoring I'm not sure of. But let's try the two bowls. I don't know what they are, what's inside, but that's what we're here to find out. Let's start with the little white one. It looks like it's been fried. Well, actually, both of them look like they've been fried. So it's like, those like the fish paste balls. That's kind of what it tastes like. It tastes like they filled it with fish paste balls. That's pretty good. Come on. And we got served our noodles. So it seems like the service here is quite good because I didn't even have to request it. It came to my table. I actually feel really bad for him actually because over there is the tea station, and someone left the spout on. They had their cup underneath the tea. They turned it on. They went to get their food and they forgot about it. Like it was pouring all over the table. And I found it. I turned it off and I told him he had to clean it up. But yeah, the tea is not an automatic system. It's just a spout. So please, guys, if you come here, remember to turn that back off. Don't just leave it there and forget about it. On to the next one. In the next roll, this one. Oh, there we go. See, now he has to mop the floor. This is like a rice dough because it's very sticky and dense and fluffy at the same time. Yeah, this is a rice dough fried, which, to be fair, if you fry anything, it's gonna be good. Well, okay, I take that back. I did have scorpion. Okay, not everything fried is good. So here, I wanted to try something healthy. So it was their vegetable soup. Let's see. Yeah, we all know what steamed and vegetables cooked in broth is like, texture-wise. But let's see about flavoring. So that's mild and delicious. It has a. It's like a straight up broth with not a lot of salt. It is salty. It's not like it's unflavored or anything, but it's very neutral, and it seems to go good with anything you'd want to eat because of how mild it is. But here, it's one of the things I was not expecting at all. Pumpkin soup in Vietnam for breakfast. The texture is really nice. It's nice and thick, nice and creamy. The problem is, I don't know how to review this because I don't know what it's supposed to taste like. Like, coming here eating, let's say, American barbecue, I know what to compare it to. I can say if it's good or not. Pumpkin soup, I've never had that before. So, hint of sweetness. Almost no salt added, actually. Like, there's nothing more that I can say than it's pumpkin-y. But on the good side, it does taste like there's not a lot of random artificial ingredients. It tastes very similar to what the namesake is, and I think that's nice, refreshing change because there's plenty of stuff out there where you can call it whatever you want, but that does not give you any indication of what the ingredients are. But it looks like everything here is pretty straightforward. So this is the chicken curry. Let's start with the actual curry. So this is not like your Japanese or Indian curries. This is a Vietnamese curry, obviously. It's water based and it's oil based too. So it's not like a thick thing that you kind of slather on. What this is really popular with, and I didn't do it apparently, was you take a baguette, you rip it up, and you dip it in the sauce. That's generally what you do. This is more of a dipping sauce, if you will, and it is actually delicious. But let's try this chicken. Actually, the chicken is tender. I just wish there was a little more seasoning in the curry. Because the curry is fine, but the chicken is a little bland on the inside because it's not able to soak up a whole lot. But no, it's perfect. It's perfectly fine, especially if I had some bread. It's mild, a hint of twang to it, like a lime twang to it. Low salt, as with most things here, low salt. So, you guys are going to have to get used to that because a lot of the salt is in the dipping sauces and stuff. And when you have a dish like this where you don't really use a dipping sauce, you can't, well, you can, but you can add stuff to it to make it saltier if you really have to. But let's see about, okay, let's see about these noodles. Let's see what this is like. This is a thick, slippery vermicelli noodle. And this kind of follows the theme of most of the other items here. It's a very, very lightly seasoned, very mild, very neutral. This is the kind of the center of District 1, so it's very international. There are a lot of businessmen, travelers, people from the West. I think for a lot of these dishes, they probably watered the flavor down a little bit so that it's a little bit more international, if you will. And you can't really blame them on that. They can't really give you like fermented shrimp paste and stuff like that has a really, really strong taste and a really, really strong smell and is in a highly acquired taste. You can't blame them for not wanting to do that kind of stuff. It is good. It's a lot milder than what you would normally be used to. The ingredients are fresh. Everything everything tastes really, really fresh. But that's the main thing. Like, you know, a lot of this may not be as salty as you're used to, but it's definitely fresh ingredients, especially the Vietnamese dishes. So let's see. Let's try out this fruit. Let's see how sweet it is. Cause, oop, that's I can't fork that. It just falls apart. Okay. Let's see. Let's see how this watermelon is. Quite sweet, actually. Actually, the main differences between watermelon for me is the edges. Some of them have like really flavorless, hard edges, but let's see what this one's like, because usually the centers are pretty similar between watermelons. They're usually pretty sweet in the center area, but let's try the edge. Actually, the edge is quite nice. You know, when you get to the edge, you get that the extra crunchiness and the tanginess almost, and blandness to the edge. There's actually quite a bit of sweetness at the edges here. It's fairly ripe, fairly fresh. But let's get to dessert. Let's see what's inside of this puff pastry roll. The answer is not much. I think that's chocolate. Is that chocolate? It tastes like chocolate. Whatever it is, it tastes like chocolate. So you know, I think you'd really like that. You know, as with most rolls like this, it's nice and light, nice and flaky, nice and buttery. Yeah, it definitely tastes cocoa. Like not an American sugary chocolate. It's like, you know, a darker cocoa, you know, with more robust flavor, you know, hint of bitterness, which I actually really like. Let's see what this mini muffin. I think it's a muffin. I'm gonna call it a muffin for now. Let's see what this is like as I peel it one-handed. I'm getting there. There we go. Let's see what this is like. It's not a very dense muffin, actually. It's pretty light and airy. I actually really like that. I don't like it when it's like too dense, because then it feels like you're kind of eating a dessert. It becomes really, really dry in your mouth. This one, oh, that's a velvety vanilla, actually. It's really nice. We definitely have to try the cake here. And I'm gonna call it that, but obviously America and Vietnam has different definitions for certain things. This is kind of like a green tea cake, I believe. Actually, that is quite good. It starts off very ever so slightly sweet, almost no flavor at all. And as you're getting into it, as you're chewing it, the more and more of the sweetness comes out. It's very weird, but the way the flavor works in here. But it's really, really good, especially after like 10 seconds of chewing, and you get like the full hit of sweetness. That is fantastic. But let's try the tea here. From behind Teddy there. Ooh, that is some kind of fruit in there. That is I can't put my finger on it. It has a hint of citrus, I believe. But let's see. I have to assume this is yogurt, right? It has to be. Okay, I can't drink it. I was hoping to be able to drink it. Oh wow, actually, that is the sweetest thing here. The yogurt is amazing. This is the true dessert right here. And they refilled it too. I can take more. But it's buffet style, so you guys can have whatever you want. which, you know, you can't go wrong with that. You can't go wrong with that at all. And I would just sit here, continue eating this yogurt forever. That is absolutely the best item here. You know, I got out here at about 7 o'clock. Breakfast starts at 6:30. So it's pretty quiet. You know, it's not like the hustle and bustle. You're not gonna have 100 people here. The area is quite small. You only have a couple of tables, like 4 on my side, and it looks like maybe 6 on the other. So it's not a whole lot. Well, to be fair, there aren't a whole lot of different hotel rooms on each floor. Like all the buildings in Vietnam, or at least here, I'm not sure elsewhere, but all the buildings here are pretty thin, narrow, but tall. So you'll, like, some hotels will have like 4 or 6 rooms per floor, and you're just going straight up, 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 up. So it's similar here. This is actually much larger than most other places because it's in like, I guess you can kind of call it the downtown area where the buildings are larger, but still tall. It's really, really nice, actually. The number of dishes is quite a lot better than a normal continental breakfast. You have a lot of options that I wouldn't call it doesn't make sense, but highly unexpected. But you know, with that pumpkin soup, you know, it just tastes like pumpkin. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It tastes like it doesn't have, I can't say any, but it probably has very few artificial ingredients. You know, when it comes to products of Vietnam, a lot of it, even stuff that you'd expect to be like factory made, isn't. I didn't want to try some of the other stuff because it was, you know, just normal. You guys know what fried rice tastes like. You guys know what cereal tastes like. You guys know what bread tastes like. I don't want to waste your time with that. And it's the same thing with all of my reviews. I don't want to do things that people can easily search up. Like, I don't want to, like, one of the more famous markets here is Binh Thanh Market. It's a very large market that's a big tourist attraction. And the thing is, I don't want to review that. I don't want to go there because if it's something you guys can look up on the internet in 30 seconds, there's really no reason for me to show you that it exists. You can just look up major attractions in Ho Chi Minh City and it'll come up on every single list. So I don't see the point of that. I'm gonna do things where probably no one has ever heard about before. Hopefully, at least. Or at least rare. Like, it's something that might take you half an hour or an hour of searching to find. I prefer to do those things. So, you know, I'm not gonna review the cereal. You know what that's like. Deal with it. But no, this place is actually fantastic. The staff is really nice, like most places, really. But I think it's definitely worth it for, what was it? I actually was charged a price of like $69, I believe. But when I got here with the conversion, apparently they don't add anything else, like fees, credit card. I used a credit card too, so which is very, very nice because well, a lot of these Western places will take credit cards. That way you don't have to carry around a whole bunch of cash. But yeah, they didn't charge any extra fees, and actually after the conversion, I was charged about $65. So I saved like $4. And not only that, but just remember, this is, you know, motel price for something that's, you know, closer to a 4-star hotel. Like, what kind of value can you be asking for? Any more than that? No, not really. You know, it's absolutely amazing. And it's very intimate because each floor only has a couple of rooms. So a lot of places here, generally speaking, it's pretty quiet. You're not surrounded by hundreds of rooms. You know, it's not like some of the more Western hotels that were, you know, built in that manner. This is just a Vietnamese building themed in a Western theme, more so than anything else. So all the floors have very few rooms, and it's quite intimate. Let me and Teddy here finish our food. Oh wait, I forgot to ask Teddy. What do you think of the food? He's cursing at me because he didn't get a chance to eat yet. I've been filming. Okay, fine. Okay, I'll let you eat. I'll let you eat. And with that, I will see you guys later.